Greetings. This is Beyond Shadowgate. This came out like a couple of weeks ago, if not a month. I am not super sure. I love this game. And I just want to show you how to get all the endings. So I'm just gonna make a new file and try to be as thorough as I can with explanations and stuff. Excuse me. I may not write text as in depth as one other would, but you know. Right. Right. Essentially, you're a fenling who has been thrown into jail because of supposedly false accusations. This is like a sequel to Shadowgate, like an official one. Yeah, okay, let's go. We're gonna use the bench to shove it in front of the door. Gonna use the flint on this haystack 3 times. Here comes the guard. He's falling over because he doesn't notice the bench. And we're gonna take the keys. Gonna leave our cell. But before we leave, we should close the door behind us. Oh, by the way, this is our companion thing, the Wisp. I'm gonna say she is accompanying us through most of our adventure. She's like a little hint. Spirit, I suppose. If you're like stuck and whatever. Okay, since we got the jailer's keys, we can unlock, you know, jails. Let's do that. Right, I'm gonna close the door and take this the leather strap. There we go. Alright. This is a timed event where you have I don't know, a couple seconds to act. But since I closed the door already, it's already like solved what I have to do, so it just goes on. But this kind of teaches you that timed events. Excuse me. I lost my train of thought. Great. Alright, let's unlock this jailer's door. And once again, let's close the door. Right, there we go. Minotaur leaves again. let's speak. I almost took. Let's speak. They're like talking about the whole situation of the you know, of the story, and he gives us a what was that? A rope. And you know, same song and dance. Let's use the jailer's key. And once again going inside. Same song and dance. Close the door. Speak to this person. And he's giving us a stone. Right. We're gonna combine the leather strap with the rope. And then the stone with the sling. There we go. I'm not sure if I already mentioned it. But this is a guide to all endings. I guess what I want to say is there's like 2 main routes, I feel. Because there is one specific ending you can only get if you do something specifically different. So this is like a 2 save file run, essentially. And I guess I'm gonna do the thing where I can get 3 out of the 4 endings. With the 4th one being... I guess the thing where you do stuff differently. This sucks to explain, I'm sorry. Right. Oh, look. You know, we're gonna click on that person. The Minotaur. Wait. And we're gonna use the sling to knock him out. Right. Unlocking the 2 doors. And opening both. Going through the north one first. We're taking this tibia bone and speaking to this person. This person is the king who was, you know, wrongfully imprisoned. We got a king's emblem, which we're gonna show to the... I think he was the king's brother, if I'm not... if I'm right about that. But a person, you know, acquainted with the king. Gonna use the tibia bone to open this grate. I guess one more thing I wanna say is this is not gonna be a 100% run. If you hold space, you can see this map, and each map has like a percentage completion, which I will not go over. Or rather, I just can't yet because I haven't figured out how to get 100% completion in all places. That sounds dumb, but it is what it is. Let's go on. Alright. There's this creature, we're gonna... I guess whatever, speak to it. It's getting upset at us, so we're gonna retreat. One thing I didn't mention, this farthing is like a currency. And the silver things were also farthings, so we threw it into the river and it's gonna go over it. If we try to cross this gap, we will drown because the current is too strong, but now we can hop on its back over to the other side. There we go. I think we're in the town part now. We're gonna take this, which is like a silver coin. And we're gonna take this silver coin as well. Let me think. We're gonna go visit these 3 places. This is the inn. Let's go there first. There's like a conversation going on with a cloaked figure and another person. Sorry. I think the king mentioned to us that we should show the emblem to the... what do you call this? Bartender, I think. Right, and he wants some coin for his trouble. We're gonna give him some coin. And now we're gonna show the king's emblem again. He's gonna talk that it may be fake, but you know, we need to get it like authorized, if that makes sense. Gonna take 1 drink, and we get a tavern note, so we can take that to the left of us, which is the Curio cat. Curio, nice wordplay, by the way. We're gonna show this, you know, shopkeeper, I guess, the tavern note, and he wants something for that. Like, you know, it's like a giant fetch quest as of now. We get stuff for that, and then you get stuff for that. It's like a giant chain of things you have to do. Right, let's go to the arms shop. We're gonna speak to the arms shop owner. And he wants like... yeah, right, he is interested into the barmaid, like romantically, so we're gonna speak to the barmaid and relay the news. And she wants, I guess, a blessing, like a blessed cloth or whatever. So we're gonna get that from the monk here. I think you call them a monk. Request monk, yeah, I was right about that. And now he needs something else that he needs to, like, something physical, a physical object to bless. So we're gonna speak to this person. He mentions that in his text. And he lost something else he wants to another person. Which is the, I don't know what you would call that person professionally, but they are in the inn. If you go left from here. And he won't play with you, like, it's like a bet game, a betting game, I don't know. You give him some silver. And now he'll play with you. So essentially, yeah, there we go, high and low. You just guess if it's gonna be higher or lower. This is complete RNG, so I don't know how long this will take me. Because it's really just a guessing game. Right, high, low, high. Ah, damn it. Okay, I should have picked high. I was almost there. Almost first try, but yeah, let's just, you know, once again. Alright. Low? Damn it. Yeah, I'm very unlucky this time. There have been runs where I would do it first try. There we go. Now we got the war medal that the guard or soldier wanted. And yeah, wait, let me go there. Alright. Give him the war medal. We're gonna get the luck charm, which the monk is gonna bless. Now we got the blessed charm. And gonna... I think we're giving it to the barmaid, right? Yeah. Give her the blessed charm. We get a hairpin of her, from her, rather. Give that hairpin to the shopkeeper. And he's gonna, yeah, the gold dagger, the curio cat shop owner, I suppose, wanted. This is the thing he wanted. Now we give him that, and he's gonna say that our king's emblem is like legit. We're gonna give the bartender the curio note. Right, and now we got the smithy key, which unlocks this door right here. Alright. We're gonna speak to the blacksmith, if I'm not wrong. He's gonna, you know, open the door. Whoops. And as soon as we walk past, there's gonna be a timed event. That actually kind of stumped me, I don't know why. So you're just gonna use the hinges here and open this thing and go through. There we go. Yeah, pick up this piece of map, which is gonna be important. Yeah, if you wanna die, you go this way, otherwise you go this way. Right, this is a puzzle that's on our map. I don't know if this button was here before, I doubt it. And you see the same symbol like in the wall, so this is the 1, 2, the second, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 2, 6, 7, right? So we're gonna do that. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Was it 6, 7? Oh, I was wrong. Okay, I messed that up. Cool. I should have just checked again. Right. Let's try that again. Wait. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I miscounted. Oh my god. Wait. Okay, let's just do it the slow way. So this is this one. Then the one opposite. Wait, use. Oh my god. There we go. This opens the secret passage, and we're gonna use this lever, which opens this door. Now we're in the castle. Right, that was text describing what we have to do essentially. We have to... that was the wrong way. We have to get like a royal seal to show to the king and some evidence that, you know, there is some foul play going on, I guess you would say. We're gonna open the castle gates by using the lever here. There we go. Gonna go upstairs. Gonna open this door. We're gonna take this robe, a blue uniform, and this book. And we're gonna open both. The blue uniform holds a gold coin, and the cookbook contains the cook's key. What I failed to mention, and this is my bad, this is also non-scripted, so I hope this isn't gonna be a mess. The gold coin we're gonna give to the Curio Cat shop owner to get the gold dagger, essentially. Let's get the rest of items first though. Gonna go forward. There's this schmuck who acts like all high and mighty. Gonna go through this door. Gonna take the map off the wall and the key behind that. Gonna leave the room. Gonna go to the opposite room and use the iron key on this compartment. We're gonna take that secret book. And we're gonna open the secret book, which contains a lot of evidence, you know, of the foul play and whatever. So that's cool. Right, I think we can... Well... Right, let's open the kitchen first, which is locked. There we go. Gonna go in there. We're gonna take this silver platter here. And this invoice. And also the spoon. This sack we are gonna acquire soon. Or like in just a bit, but we need something first. Excuse me. So we're gonna use the spoon in this loose wall panel. And we're gonna take the scroll. We're gonna open the scroll. And we learned our first spell, which is Targwintle. Which I probably butchered that, by the way. I have no idea of this kind of speech, and I don't know what to say. I'm not sure how to explain this spell. I still don't really know how to describe it, but essentially it gets rid of mirrors or similar looking things. It's hard to describe, it's very hard. Even the scroll is kinda odd in description. But that might just be the language barrier, so don't mind me. Let's go back to the city, to the town. And go to the curio shop. And we're gonna give this person the gold coin. And he's gonna give us the gold dagger back, essentially. Right. We're gonna take the invoice to the inn. The invoice is like for some wine. We're gonna get the wine, I think. Right. Now we go back to the castle. Yeah. Wait, oh my god. Go back to the castle, yeah. Wait. Right. We're gonna go into the kitchen. Use the gold dagger on this sack. And we need that sack for something later. If you wanna get the best ending, especially. So, yeah, it's worth getting. We couldn't take the sack, obviously, because it was too heavy because of all the flour. So, yeah. We're gonna go left this time. This guard guards the door. And we got wine. Wait. Oh, there we go. If you speak to him, he actually inquires about the wine, so that's what we're giving him. Now we can go inside of this dorm, I suppose. Bedroom. We're gonna take the lantern here. Gonna open the drawer and take whatever is inside, which is a mandragora, and it's like screeching, and it can kill you in seconds. So we're gonna throw that into the fireplace. There we go. The flames, as you can see, put away the cloth on the wall. And we're gonna use the knight 3 times, 2 times on the head, and 1 time on the arm here. There we go. There is some books in the game that describe this puzzle. I cannot really explain it. I'm sorry. This is not supposed to be an in-depth like walkthrough. This is just some, you know, people who just want to get through the game, right? We're gonna take this and we're gonna use it to turn it around, and we're gonna use our gold dagger on this to get like a key. There we go. We're gonna use the middle painting, which triggers this story cutscene. So the schmuck from earlier, turns out he's like a lizard man, like literally. And he's like the bad guy of this game, essentially. Trying to resurrect, was it Talmir? Lakmir? The names are weird, I'm sorry. But the bad guy from the first game, essentially. We're gonna use the King's Key on this door. And we're gonna use the lantern on this thing here. And now we can proceed. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. This is like a mirror or something similar. So we're gonna use the tar spell. And now it disappears and we can get this royal seal. Right. Gonna use the button in this. And we can open this door. There we go. This is the throne room. Our little friend, she warns us about not doing something like misstepping. You know, because you can mess this up apparently. We're gonna approach the king. Or like the brother of the king, I suppose. We're gonna show the royal seal first. Right. And now he wants some evidence. And we're gonna give that. And now he should be, you know, yeah, he now knows what's going on. We're gonna lead him to the dungeons where his brother is held. I think we're gonna just open this. There we go. And open it again. Go to the dungeons. Right. Oh. Well, this looks bad, but the brother of the king shoots some arrows into the chest of this thing and it goes away. So, yeah. That's taken care of. We're gonna use the jailer keys. Open this again. And speak to the king. He's very thankful. He's gonna give us a key to the treasury, as you can see. And we can take a small pouch of riches, which is like our thanks for, you know, doing the good deed. So let's get our treasury reward. We're gonna go left from here and to this door. Gonna use the treasury key. And do not take anything but the small purple pouch here. I've never tried to take anything else. I don't know if you can. I didn't dare to find out. Maybe that's just me. But yeah, we're gonna open our riches. See what they're about. We got an emerald, a sapphire, and a pearl. Right. Which is pretty fair. Pretty good in my opinion. I think that's a pretty good reward for medieval times, I would assume. Not that I was there to experience it. Right. As you can see, there's also a day and night cycle, so it's getting evening. Like, I guess... Is it twilight? If it's... Yeah, I think it's twilight. Right, let me check real quick. We're gonna go to the weapons, the armory. The arms shop, my bad. Giving... It was the... Wait, emerald is green? It was the sapphire. We give him that and we're gonna get an expo. Let me think. Empty sack, gold dagger, silver tray. Let me think. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, the consequences of our actions are that the impending war is actually called off. So we can now go back to the crossroad, essentially, to the castle and the forest, which is right here. There we go. So if you would have gone there before that, you would have been killed. But now everything is taken care of, essentially. And we can proceed. The wisp is gonna talk to us about the woods and it getting people lost, and they're gonna die and whatever. We're gonna go forwards first. We're gonna argue with this person because they're like, oh, it's too dangerous, go back. No, we're gonna stay. And he said, hey, find my 2 men and I'm gonna let you through. We entered this small shack. We're gonna get the lantern and the heavy coat. Now we're gonna retract to the path and go left this time and up. North, rather. Go into this, what was it? You know, the mine entrance. We're gonna take the cage here. And this is where we need the lantern. Gonna use it on this hinge. There we go. We're gonna go left first. Right. Take this thing and the thing next to it. Not anything else, because otherwise you can see these 2 glowing eyes. You're gonna die if you try to take this. Right, we're gonna go right now. Don't miss this sledgehammer here. Go up the rope. Go through here. And take 2 items, which is the standard and the oh my god, this word. The signal B. There we go. One thing I failed to mention, we also got a signal M, so we need the signal M and the signal B, so to show the guard. So we're gonna use the sledgehammer. There we go. We got some heavy rocks. For reasons I cannot explain yet. We're gonna use the heavy rocks on the bird cage, which gives us a heavy cage. We're gonna take the lantern here and go back. Right. Gonna go forward. And we're gonna show the 2 signals to the guard, who's gonna mourn the deaths of, you know, his men. Right. Now he lets us through, but before we actually go into the forest, because it warns us about, you know, getting lost, we can't go through here yet, so we're gonna go back into the castle town again, which is through here again. Let's see. We picked up a tower key in the mines at one of the bodies of the 2 men. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go upstairs again and take this very right path here. It's this one. This is the tower, and we're gonna, you know, use the tower key because it's locked. Now we can enter. I don't even know if you need to hit this thing. Can you take it? Oh, you can also just take it and it breaks apart. Very good. Right. And what comes out is this little scroll, which gives us our next what do you call it? Next spell, which is for plants. Like generally for plants, it gets rid of plants. Right, we're gonna go up the tower, all the way up. Open this door, go through. We're gonna use this, whatever you call that, the candle holder. Thank you. And twisting that opens this compartment. We're gonna take what's inside, which is a lens. For context, you can look through this thing here, which you can see these wisps, which can lead the way through the forest, which is the whole reason we got the lens. We're gonna use the where is it? The emerald in this book here. I think if you're trying to take the book, there's gonna a green wisp is gonna come out and actually kill you. So now we can take the book. Let's do that. We're gonna go down again for now. All the way down. Gonna open this door. We're gonna use the sorcery book in this empty spot and check the compartment in here. We're gonna take everything in here. The gold vessel, the 10-piece bag, and the clay griffin. As far as I know, the 10-piece are like some sort of treat, like sweets or whatever, that we as a fanling actually love. And it seems to be like a general treat for all creatures in this world. Now we're gonna open this door and go through. There's this dragon, which is, well, it's anxious essentially. It's very riled up. It's not hostile per se, but if we try to interact with it, it will kill us. So we're gonna give it some tempies to calm it down, which you know, calms it down, and we're gonna open this thing here, letting loose the chain, and it's gonna fly away, leaving us some thing on the ground here, which is dragon tears. Dragon tears have some magical properties for people who can stomach the taste. So we're gonna use the dragon tears on ourselves. And we're gonna learn a new spell, which is Polychromis. This spell is also very hard to describe. It has only one use in the game. And you will see when that happens. Having taken care of that, I think we can go now. Like, leave the whole tower. Go back to town. All the way down. Going down. Right. There we go. We're gonna go to the curio shop and give that shopkeeper the clay griffin, who is gonna give us 20 silver coins in exchange, which we're gonna take to their arms shop, and we're gonna give the arms keeper the silver coins. Right, now we have a bolt quiver, so we can actually use our X-bow. Gonna use the bolt quiver on our, you know, where is it? On our X-bow, which makes it a loaded X-bow. You can do that, I think, as many times as you need to. I'm not sure if there's a limit of, like, quivers. Bolts, I'm sorry, bolts. So I can't say, but you have more than enough, it seems. Right, check. Gold vessel. Okay. We're gonna go back to the place where the monk once stood. The temple. We can go inside now. And as far as I know, this person is, you know, from the first game. The first Shadowgate. This is like us from the former game. He's gonna greet us. You know, we have his respect for stopping the war and whatever. So this part I'm not sure how to explain. But we're gonna take the gold vessel, put it into the right hand from our view of the statue, and we're gonna take the lens and put that on this little table here. And now we're gonna speak to it, which makes this happen. Now we have a magic lens, which is essentially the same thing we had in the tower, where you looked through and saw these sparkles. We can now see wisps that lead, or maybe don't lead the way. And I think that's all we came for. We have our bow. That looks very good. Right. We're gonna go into the forest again. There we go. There we go. Yeah, let's go forward. Yeah. Right. In this part of the game, We're gonna use the magic lens on just the general floor. And this is a green wisp, which is always true. So we can follow the green wisps into the left direction. We use the magic lens again. This time it's a red wisp, and you essentially take the opposite direction of this thing, which is left again. And once more, gonna use the magic lens. You're gonna go forwards, because, you know, green is essentially telling the truth. The red ones are lying. So in layman's terms, in the forest, you go left, left, forward. I'm not sure if you can just do this without the lens. I never tried. So, be my guest trying that out. Right, this bridge has like a little secret. If you go to the right part of the bridge here, there's this little lever, I guess. Remember creating the heavy cage? This is where it's used for. Gonna hang this on this lever. The handle, okay. And it sinks completely down, holding this thing in place. The best I can explain, if you don't do that, if you try to cross the bridge, this little compartment will open and you will fall into the water and drown. So you need to do that to cross the bridge. Right. If you try to proceed here, there's gonna be a harpy. Foul harpy. So we're gonna use our loaded expo and just, you know. I made a mistake actually. I made a mistake, I fumbled. Okay, let's see the death now. Dodges it only, there was a way to slow the harpy down. Oh, I'm not dead. Okay, that's interesting. Right. I fumbled, but I'm still okay. Wait, what was it? I think it was the standard that we are gonna use it. Yes, there we go. So now she's like impaled. We're gonna use our bolt quiver and load another expo. I'm gonna use that on that. There we go. That's how we do that. Don't forget to take back the pole. We're gonna proceed forward. Try to proceed forward in this again. We're just gonna trigger a what is it called? A trend. There we go. And you know how fire and wood are like. I don't even know how to explain it. We're gonna use the flaming lantern and throw it at this trend, which, you know, kills it because of fire. Going, excuse me. Let's actually load another expo, just because for good measure. Let's go forward. You can already see the glowing eyes. Let me see. Alright. Once you try to go forward, you will need to use the silver tray on the Manticore, I think it was called. Manticore, yeah. It's using some sort of stare, which can kill you, so we're gonna use the silver tray to reflect. Or deflect, rather. Right. And you're gonna... Like, the thing still isn't out, so we're gonna use 2 crossbow bolts, actually, not just one. This is the first one. We're gonna need another one, actually. Use another bolt on the crossbow. Oh my god, expo. I called it an expo. It's a crossbow, my god. I get it now. I only now get it. Crossbow. Oh my god, I'm so... Oh well, it's like Christmas, my god. Okay. Right. Let's go. Let's proceed. We're gonna interact with this person in a bit. We're gonna go forward to the boat here. Oh, look, plants that keep the boat in place. You know what we do. We're gonna use the herb spell. There we go. And now the boat is free again. Gonna go back, speak to the captain of the ship, I suppose. There we go. Gonna enter the ship, speak to that person one more time. And now we're just gonna go on the front of the ship. Yeah, there seems to be some mist that's coming up. We can hear the voice of the, I'm gonna say the lizard man. I forget his name, actually. Yeah, I see. You know, you get it. Yeah, I got nothing. I guess we're gonna die now. There we go. The boat crashed. We're in the swamp. And there's this little imp. I am not sure if he might be familiar. We'll see that later. He stole all your items, that little scoundrel. And he wants you to follow him. So we're gonna do that. Before we go on, we're gonna take this little effigy. And now we're gonna continue. Gonna continue to this little mansion, I suppose. I'm gonna go into the entrance. There we go. And, you know, thing is like smashing the door close. And it wants its favorite food, it says. So we're gonna take this occult stone. You know. Gonna go right into the desert. Right. We're gonna go forward twice. One more time. We're gonna take this little wheel. Gonna go back one time. And then to the left twice. Right. Gonna use the hand wheel on this thing here. Oh, and there's a fire wisp. We're gonna use this for effigy on that. Getting sucked in, and the effigy is gonna like compound the dust or whatever. Don't forget to use the handle actually. Right. Now we are going right 4 times. There we go. You're gonna put the occult stone into this little opening. There we go. You're gonna go through. Right. We're in... I'm not sure if we're in another dimension. I suppose we are. Like a different area at least. Excuse me. We're gonna exit this thing. We're gonna collect these red shards here, which are ruby shards. We're gonna need these. Exit this hole. Don't forget to take the ruby shard in the tree here. Go left. Take another ruby shard around here. Open this gate. Enter. Oh look, we're in uninvited. Oh my god, I love that so much. Like for real, this is such a cool thing that happened. I'm so thankful this is the thing. We're gonna open this quote-unquote small panel on the metal box. We're gonna take the bulkhead key, which we're gonna need in a second. Move around here. Don't forget to take this thing hidden behind here, which is our final ruby shard. You should have 4 in total. Use the key on this lock, open this, and enter the basement. Yeah, I think this frozen part is a little familiar. We're gonna go to the right. For reasons I can't explain right now, we're gonna take the bone and move through this opening. Right, try and open this door. This is essentially the evil entity from the Uninvited game that kills you if you take the ruby. I guess we have the very ruby that, you know, does that. I don't know how to explain it. It's weird. Right, click through the text. The character, Fenling. Dell is his name. My bad. He's gonna use the ruby shards on his own. It's gonna suck the thing into the now complete ruby. Right. Right. We're gonna take one step back. Our little friend here, she actually warned us about the ruby. And the entity is still being able to consume our soul, essentially. So we're gonna throw the ruby into this hole. There we go. Now we can traverse the mansion risk-free. Or like death-free, if that makes sense. Right, now we can open the door. We are gonna take the needle. And for reasons I will explain in a bit, we're gonna use the needle on ourselves. Which is a bloody needle. Very good. We're gonna take this little pot here. A bowl, my bad. Open this door. Actually, let's go back. Let's go back more. There we go. Use the chessboard. So this unlocks. You know, open this. And take whatever's inside. It's a hammer. You can use this little gramophone, which is a pretty cool track. I'm not sure if this is even in the part of the OST. It's really cool. Like, if this is the same composer, good job. This is so catchy. I love it. Oh, it's talking about a circus. Far off Desert Kingdom. I see. Interesting. Well, we're gonna leave now. It's a good song. I kinda don't wanna go, but let's go. Maybe I could have ripped that and just make a long version, an extended version. Let's go to the left here again. We're gonna use the hammer on this little jar, which has a cookie inside. It's like in the original game. I like that. Wait. Okay, wait. I have this. Okay, I need 3 items for the ritual bowl. Oh yeah, we're gonna open this furnace here. And take the... Not open it, my bad. Take it. Burnt meat. We have a burnt meat, a ritual bowl. We should have everything we need. Right. TLDR, we're gonna do like a demonic ritual. To essentially go back to our area, time, dimension, whatever. This book, if you open that, actually explains what you have to do. But TLDR, you put the ritual bowl into this place. And get in the burnt meat, the bloody needle, because the ritual, requires some blood. As I guess it should be, I don't know, don't add me. And we're gonna add the old bone, and now magic should happen. There we go. A little wisp friend base in that, and creates a wisp stone. Also warning us about that we essentially opened a portal to what we call hell. And that there is like a creature from hell now. Oh look! I think she might be very familiar for people who played the original Uninvited. If you want to die, you can speak to her. Otherwise, let's just go. We're gonna go to the very place where we emerged from before we, went through the portal. Like, let's go all the way back. Just go to the side, to the right. You need to go to the right, actually, because if you go to the left, it just resets the timer. And you hear, like, a car and some screams. I think this is actually when Uninvited actually happens. I don't know. I love that, though. It's so cool. I think for a small little Easter egg, you can click this. And if you would play on Steam, you would get like a little achievement, I feel. Like, go back down the hole again. Use the little dirt pile here to open, or like to reveal this little thing. And use the wisp stone in that little opening. And go through the portal again. Right, I failed to mention. We got the food the imp wants, the cookie. So I'm actually very much, like, I don't know how to say it. I feel this imp might be the same one from the original Uninvited game, which I love. I actually love the imp overall, he's pretty cool. Right, we're gonna use the cookie on the door. There we go. It's gonna, my favorite! Woohoo! And now we're gonna follow him inside. He leaves the door ajar so we can, you know, enter. Which is cool. At least he stuck to his word, more or less. And the door slammed shut. Right, let's open both doors. Go to the left first. I guess this is like a hallucination Dell has. Scullery tightening sensation around your neck. Yeah, this is like a sort of, I guess, hallucination. I don't know, but nothing good. We're gonna take the chalice here. And that's it. We're gonna leave. Go forward. If you want a bonus death, you can pick the move option and click this hole. I'm not gonna do it. Find that out for yourself. It's kind of funny. Go upstairs. Excuse me. Take this little gold thing in the painting, which is a sun coin. Go forward. Forward again. The thing is gonna close. Yeah, an intruder came. Intruder came, yes, and disturbed my home. Essentially, you know, his house is haunted, essentially. I'm gonna call it his house. And this is why he stole our stuff, so we would follow him. So he's not essentially, like... It's not malice, if I say that correctly. He just needed help, and that's the only way he knew how, you know. We're gonna take this thing, which is our magic lens, which he luckily dropped, actually. I'm not sure if that was intended, but, you know, who knows. But we have what we need. Follow the purple lighting. Right. And this is the malevolent spirit, I guess you would call it, that the imp is talking about. We can't beat it yet, and even our wisp friend here, she actually warns us that she doesn't know what it is. So we're just gonna exit the room. And exit downwards, and downwards again. Downwards again. Oh look, this wasn't open before, let's go inside. And it followed us here, let's leave. It's kind of weird, but I guess it is what it is. Let's go upstairs again. Let me think about this. Let's actually, yeah. Let's go back to the room where this thing was in. If you examine this fire, it's very cold. Like, it doesn't seem to be real fire. So we can just move through. Okay, couple steps. Use the hinges here. Use these hinges. Use the barrel. Open the door. Take this map piece, which you can see we have more of our map now. Take this purple thing, which is a key. Right, the phantom followed us here again. Jump down the hole. There we go. But we're not hurt. Like, we're okay. We're alive. You use this lever. Like, real talk, if I can say that, this mansion part actually kind of stumped me. I am so glad I had the strategy guide, which was really, really helpful. You use these books, these ones specifically, and you hit this panel, which gives us a, what is it called? A moon emblem. We're gonna take the skull here. We're gonna take this ectoplasm. Let's open the door for good measure. Let's open this one as well. Okay, this is the part where you can, you know, diverge into the two routes I was talking about. The one where you can, like, get 3 endings, and one you cannot get. It's kind of difficult to explain, but depending on what you do here, you diverge into 2 paths. So I'm gonna try and explain that when it comes up. We're gonna ignore this area for now. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let me think. Right, we take our moon icon and put it into this painting. We should, yeah, we have a basement key. Let's go down to the basement, you know. Use the basement key. Open. Let's take the shovel. Go forward. There we go. Another hallucination. Oh look, it's one of the gargoyles from the NES Shadowgate cover. We are gonna use the chalice on this black liquid. Very good. The F stands for filled. That's at least how I interpret it. And we're gonna take this key straight up. Another phantom. Let's just leave. Let's go back from the basement. We are gonna take the moon icon from the painting again, and now we can move up again. Use the bedroom key on this right door, and we're gonna enter. Right. So, several things you have to do here. Use the tar spell on this mirror, which opens another passage. But before we do that, you use the bed. You take what's on the now, you know, the mattress. You open, okay. You use the bed again to have this little ladder compartment. You open the H scroll, which gives us another spell. Edic Spiritus. I probably butchered that. Oh, no, wait. Edic Spiritus. Oh my god. The Edic spell. There we go. I don't know. Excuse me. You can essentially talk to the recently deceased. Or like, not recently, but to the deceased. You see like the vision of from them before they died. In short. Okay, let's go through this new passageway. Right. Check the map and check down here. I think the white pointer is the right handle on the clock and the black one is the left one, if I'm not wrong. Right. So this is gonna go south. So we're gonna use the right one 2 times. And checking again. The left one is gonna be used once. And I have a feeling I actually messed that up because I can never tell apart. You know what? Let's just try it. We're gonna use the little crank here, which I did wrong. And you see, there's this little skeleton. So I swapped the pointers again. That's great. Right. And it's gonna kill us, you know. Wow. Okay. I swapped the pointers, that's good to know. So we're gonna actually, you know. Right. So this one is gonna go downwards. No, wait. This is gonna go to the right. And this is gonna go downwards. And now we should be able to use that. There we go. I always mess that up and I have no idea why. Let's take this red gem. We're gonna use the hinges on this door and open the door again. Right. Actually, let's go back through the mirror and down the ladder. Excuse me. We are gonna use a magic lens here on this little angel, and it's gonna reveal that it's not an angel. It's the Grim Reaper, I suppose. We're gonna use the skull on this empty part, and we're gonna use this. I'll try and explain why later, but this is important to do to progress through the game, no matter what ending you are planning to get. You're gonna hit this loose brick twice. The first time there's gonna be some bats that come out. And now you're gonna hit it again. Right. Yeah. I'm gonna take this, the charm. Also, one error I actually made. This is not the spell I was describing. I'm sorry. This is used for something different, which we'll see in a bit. The spell I'm talking about is actually gonna come up. So I guess that was like a mini spoiler. Depending on how you see that. Open this door. Go through. Right, this little handle, like this little lever we pulled, is actually gonna deactivate this little trap here. If we go inside here, and if we hadn't pulled the lever, we would just get crushed by the spike walls instantly. Okay, we are gonna use this panel here. We're gonna use the door, and we're gonna take both. We're gonna use this, take this, and take this. Now you're gonna use this again, and now we're gonna exit. That's all we came for. Right. We should be able to... I think we have everything we need. Okay. Okay, go up. Wait, I'm paranoid. The thing is, if you have the stairs lowered, you can actually die by going down the stairs with the compartment opened, but it's closed. So we're gonna go up the ladder and we can traverse this mansion safely. I think we have everything we need. One last thing we're gonna do. We're gonna go in here. We're gonna give the shield to this knight. We're just gonna open this compartment. We are gonna use the moon icon and the sun coin in the same place, which is gonna give us the second red gem. We're gonna take the moon icon though again. The sun coin can stay where it is. Alright. Go in here. Go in here. Right. Let me actually do a save. There is something I want to show you first. If you go in here, you have this little hallucination again. So there is one teeny tiny detail you can do differently. You could theoretically just use the body and use the shovel on the dirt here. And this is what you do if you want to get the exclusive ending, essentially, depending on what you do. This is gonna get you one of the worst endings, if you do it right. Or, okay, let's say it unlocks one of the worst endings. The thing is, the shovel disappears. You cannot unearth the body again. So, for demonstration's sake, I'm gonna exit and load my save again and show you how you do it if you want to get the best ending first. Alright. There we go. Right. Let me show you. This is the sole reason you get the 2 red gems to put into this skull. Where is it, red gem? There we go. And there's gonna be a compartment that has salt in it. Which is the salt sack, there we go. Which is the whole difference in this. So what you're gonna do is use the body again. And use the salt sack. That's important. That's the sole difference. You know, besides putting in the red gems. Put the salt sack on the body. And now you're gonna bury the body with the shovel. There we go. This unlocks the best ending. I guess it's... yeah, it should be the best ending. I would say it's the best ending. And we're done here. Lastly, you are gonna use the chalice on this device. And the ectoplasm. you are gonna use the handle on this little hole. And you're gonna use the handle yourself. Which makes stuff happen. And you're gonna take the little, you know, jar. Which is purifier. Which is what we need. So remember how I talked about that we need to get rid of the malevolent spirit. We are gonna use the charm on the floor here. And now, which is what I said wrong, we're gonna use the Edic spell to essentially call the spirit to us. It's not gonna attack us, you're not under time pressure. And we are gonna use the Purify on it. A little note. If you see text coming up and you still hear the music, you can also know that you did the right thing for the best ending. If you did it wrong, you won't hear any music in this moment. And there will be some sort of like, you know, that there's still lingering like oppression or whatever, you know. Everything is calm and peaceful. And, you know, if you did it wrong, it will be something that's lesser or like less happy or like good, I suppose. So, you know, that is the sole difference. We're gonna leave. We're gonna go to the part where the imp actually closed the stairs. You can see it's open now. So we can go up now. I guess the other indication is that this imp won't stand here. So if he's dead, you know, you got the worst ending available if you know how to. We're gonna speak to him just for good measure. Thank you, thanks. My help is quiet, yes, silent, all is well. I like this little guy, I gotta say. Let's take our stuff. And the pantry key. Right. We got all our stuff. One thing I actually failed to do, I don't know why, Imp Charm. You're gonna, I think, look at the Imp Charm. An unusually small charm has been tucked away. Written on the back. There we go. And reading this, you're gonna get the Desitia, I'm gonna call it. The Mort spell, okay? The Mort spell for short. Which is the spell I was wrongly associating with the Edic spell. You can essentially see visions of the dead now, before they died. Let me see. Yes, this should all be good. For reasons I cannot explain yet, you wanna go down. Wait. Perfect. You wanna go down to the, you wanna go into the bedroom, use the ladder, and go into this little cove here. You're gonna use the Mort spell on that skeleton. Which is gonna give us a vision before it died. So we're gonna take this little thing here, which is a soul. We need 6 of these, by the way. Right, go up the ladder again. And go back into the foyer. Go one last time to the left part of this. Use the pantry key to unlock this. Open and check it. Use, take this yellow stone. The PI stone, whatever that means. And now you get a notification that the door is unlocked now, with the phantom gone. You can actually leave. There we go. So, essentially, we would want to go further now, but the desert is like a maze, which I'm not sure if you could brute force it if you knew the sequence. But we get this little PI stone, which is the same as the occult and the wisp stone, so we're gonna use the PI stone and put it in here again. There we go. Right. Okay, we're gonna enter. Right, we're, you know, in the other McVenture game. This is the Deja Vu extra part. Thank you, backers of the Kickstarter. Very thankful. Right. The Wisp is like, you know, saying that the portal is nowhere near and we need to find our way to the portal, essentially. Which seems a little arbitrary, but trust me, this is necessary for the game. Right. We are gonna check 3 of these images. This is the first one. And there's, you know, player number. This is important. Wait, can I do this? Okay, it's not showing in the recording. I have a notepad open right now. I'm gonna write down the number 14 and go on. Right. There's some commotion about Ace Harding. It's not dangerous yet. I don't think you can really exit this door, I mean. You're gonna enter this. Gonna, you know, turn on the lights. Right. One thing that actually had me stumped, which I'm not sure if this is the same for you. If you try to open this, you cannot open that. So I assumed that this is unusable. And I had to get the dirt of this thing another way. But no, you just use it. Instead of, like, you know, it's only, you can only use it. You cannot open it. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Who's just, you know. But, you know, there's gonna be water sprouting out and cleaning this little frame. Which gives us another number, the 12. Gonna write that down. Right. Take this thing here, this brown thing, which is a baseball bat. Okay, go upstairs. This is one of the, I guess one of the goons from the original Deja Vu game who actually tried to get you. Right. We're gonna knock him out cold with the baseball bat. We knocked him so badly that he actually disappeared. Right, now we can proceed. And this is the final... Wait. Okay, let's take this notepad and this faded code. I know this sounds dumb, but you actually need to use the code on yourself. I will try and explain later. No, you know what? No, let me show you what happens if we don't. Most important, check this frame. It's gonna give us another number, 99. So in sequence, this number, the 99 in this case, comes first. So, oh my god, this is so weird to explain. But I have the numbers 99, 14, and 12 now. And this should be the right sequence for the save. Little spoiler, but yeah. Right, use the little button here to unlock the door. Right, gonna use the little thing here. Actually, if you try to leave, the Wisp is actually gonna warn you that she senses that you need more things from this building, which is kind of like a cool little failsafe, which I appreciate. We're gonna take this thing off the wall, this painting, and this actually had me stumped. You actually need to press the move option and click the save. Right. So the numbers we've written down. My sequence is 99. 99. Messed it up. 14 and 12. This is random. This is why I'm telling you that the 99 in my case comes first. So we're gonna use this handle, and it opens. Very good. When in doubt, you just need to, I don't know how to say it, but if you just mess around with the numbers you've written down and try different sequences, you will get it sometime. But this is like the way I do it that I know works all the time. So it's not random what sequence, the sequence isn't random essentially. Like, you know, what number comes first. Okay, we're gonna take the contents of this. The portal key and the money. Grab piles of paper, understanding that they are valuable in this world. Nice. Right, and now you get a like... damn it, a little text box. Speaks up. We got Ace Trap Boys. There we go. So this is definitely playing into the uninvited, the Deja Vu game. Now we can leave. Move south. Drop down here. Right. You open the manhole. If you wanna die, you can try to take this or try to pet the cat, which I think you use. I think you use for the cat, which is kind of weird, but yeah. If you wanna die, you can do that. But we're just gonna take these bolt cutters, the wire cutters, my bad, and move up. Right, we're gonna use the wire cutters. Right, and this is. Let me save. This is where the code actually becomes crucial. If you try to move without the faded code on you, stand in the middle of a street. It's eerily quiet. There's none of the bustling activity you would expect. Yeah, there's a gunman. A goon approaches you and draws his weapon. I don't know who yous are, so no hard feelings, pal. Just wrong place, wrong time. There we go. Just gonna get shot. Yeah, I don't know. So we're gonna put on the code, actually, the faded code. Slide it on. The wisp like makes it shrink so you can actually wear it. It's kind of cool. I like how she does that. Right, and now we should be able to move through that. And instead of getting shot, we're getting a bag pulled over our head because they actually confuse us for Ace Harding. I don't know why that's the difference, but hey, whatever. Right. Commotion, and we're gonna put on the frozen lake. So what you essentially do is you pick the move option. Where is it? And pick the spots, or like in conjunction. Like, you know, you see how there's not a seam. No, there's a seam where you can move over. Essentially move where the cracks stop, which is to the right this time. Now it's to the right again. To the right again. Now it's downwards. And now it's to the left. And to the left again. And upwards. There we go. And this is also random. Dell is so smart and actually writes down the path notes. Like the path he took. Which is it's pretty cool. We're gonna move to this house. If you want an achievement, you can speak to Ace Harding 4 times. It doesn't do anything if you don't want to. Gonna ignore him. Right, you're gonna use some money on this slot here. And take this little ticket. You will need to try and move forward for the guard to actually appear. You give him the ticket. And he lets you through. There we go. And there's the portal. There we go. Yeah, use the portal key. And move back again. Very good. Okay. Again, for reasons I cannot explain yet, we are gonna get all the souls. There is 6 in total, so we have 1 by now. And what you do essentially is find skeletons or like, you know, visibly dead people. And use the Mort spell on them. And, you know, you see a vision of them. Take the soul. And... okay, let's move through the desert first. Go forward one more time. Right, this is where your path nodes are actually important. Look at the path nodes and remember the sequence. So it's right, 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 3 times right, 1 time down. Right, 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 1 time down. Use the path nodes, look at the path nodes again. And it's left, left, up. Very good. So let's go left, left, up. There we go. And Dell's gonna remember the path from now on, so you won't have to remember that. We're at the mountain base. I think that's Death Mountain, if I'm not wrong. I'm not too familiar with the lore, sadly. Just sucking at remembering. Let's go forward. We're gonna open this door compartment. We're gonna move in. You're gonna take this red book, take in its contents. We're gonna take this harness. We're gonna take this this parchment, which is part of the map. And now there's like these 3 words, you know, this, this, and this. We are gonna use the middle one. Wait, look, not use, I'm sorry. Look. Look. Middle one, left one, and right one. And now you have a magic word. Leave the carriage. And as you exit, it's gonna actually crash down the mountain. So you're free to go on now. But as I was telling you, souls. Let's the tacky spell is like a fast travel spell. So if you see these stones with the X, the cross on them, you can use that spell on them. Right. What we're essentially gonna do now is gather 4 more souls. One of them is in the castle dungeon, and one of them, and 3 of them is in the Torden forest. So we're gonna go to the castle and enter the dungeon. Down here. I think it's 3 times back. 1, 2. It's cell block 1. There we go. Gonna use the jailer's key on this. Open it, and we are gonna use the Mort spell. Get another vision, and take the soul. Right, exit the dungeon. That's all we came for. Right. Go back to this. I think it's called a fairy stoning game. There we go. The tacky spell. Going into the Torden forest area. There we go. There we go. This is the person who was, you know, we showed the signal things. So we're gonna use the Mort spell on him and the 2 gravestones. And then we should have all the souls we need. Take. This is kind of gruesome, actually. Wait. Another more. This. Get another vision. And once again, get the use the Mort spell on the last gravestone. And take it. We should have enough souls for what we're gonna need in a bit. So we're gonna use the fairy stone again. And travel back to the mountain base. Which is right here. Right, go forward, go forward. Forward once again. Right, go left. Take this little grappling hook. We're gonna need that. And you have to pick the move option and choose the tent. There's gonna be a zombie coming out. It's not hostile, actually. It doesn't kill you. So if you want like a hint what to do, if you don't know. So what you're gonna do is like use the Mort spell on it as well. I think this is like the tutorial to actually teach you how it works. If you speak to it, you get like a hint why it's so petrified. It's actually scared, in a scared state, and you need that pickaxe. So we're gonna use the Mort spell on it and get info on what's so terrifying. Right. It's essentially terrified by a creature that we will encounter ourselves. We're gonna speak to it, and we're gonna, you know, try to. I guess we scared it again. It, him, her, whatever. So it drops the pickaxe. I feel really bad about that, but you know, it sucks. But we need that pickaxe, sadly, so we got what we came for. I don't understand why you can't just use the ladder. Nothing happened. I don't understand why that's a thing. I don't. So we're gonna use the pickaxe 3 times on the ice wall. 1, 2, 3. And now we should be able to move up. There we go. Right. Several things. Put on... Where is it? Put on the heavy coat on yourself. And... Where is it? Use the harness on this little rope. And then you use the harness like this new thing. If you don't want to die, that is. Right. Gonna get across this little chasm. Oh, look. It actually kind of jump scared me. I never expect this because I don't know. Wow, this jump scared me. Damn. This beast might look familiar to a lot of you who played the former Shadowgate. We're gonna give it the pearl in our inventory. You know, the one that we got from the pouch. Oh, look, it even like holds out the hand. Toss the pearl. There we go. Now it leaves you alone. And this is the first and only time we need the polychrome spell. You use that on this general area, which is like a light bridge. And you're gonna go over there. And it's our little dragon friend. We're gonna give it some more tempies. I think it's asking for it physically. Tempies back. There we go. And now it's inviting you for a ride, essentially. So you move towards it and hop onto the dragon's back. And you're in the next area, actually. Right. So we're gonna go forwards first. Enter the hut. Open this little compartment here. And take the gold ring. Move back. And to the right. Right, this is the reason we gathered souls, actually. So the wisp is actually telling you that you need a lot of souls. Like, soul power it's called. Sacrifice to open. Some life force, that's it. That from the recently departed, yeah. So it's morbid as it is. We're gonna use all our 6 souls into this portal. I hate to say it. There we go. Right. But it's still not enough, apparently. So, our wisp friend, she's actually sacrificing herself, apparently. And as a final source of power. And, you know, she's gone now. We're gonna move through the portal, though. I think this is the dwarf mines, if I'm not wrong. We're gonna move south. This is the Raven. We're gonna open the cage for him. He can actually speak, I like that. Right. He's like our replacement for our wisp friend, essentially. Alright. Some mirror shards, for some reason, are put into place by thin air. This is... Listen to me, sorcerer, for time is fleet. Wait. I am Lagmir. Okay, so Lagmir was one of the... You know... 12, the circle of 12. The one, like, one of the few that... You know... How to say this? If you know Shadowgate lore, you should know what I mean. But he's one of the good guys, essentially. Right. Gonna move forward. Our raven friend, which we need to open this door. He's gonna open it for us. We're gonna take this green thing. We're gonna move to this upper right here. We're gonna hit this stone. And we're gonna open this chest. So we're gonna take both. The key and the orb of sight. Move back. Oh yeah, this is a random event that can happen. You hear a scuttling noise from above. I actually overthought this and tried to load a bow to just shoot it, but you just hit it, like literally. And it runs away. It's that simple. This is a random event, so it can happen a lot of times, or it can never happen actually. I think I had a run where that never happened. Right. Go to the left part of this. Move across. Gonna take another one of the tablets. And this candle is important. Leave this place. Oh, there we go. There we go. Move forward. Move to the right this time. Right. You are gonna use the torch here that's not lit. And the stones move into place. And you are gonna use the orb of sight on this little thing here. Right. Now you can move across. So what the orb of sight does is it makes things in the mirror actually visible. So if you don't use the orb of sight, you don't see these. You actually have to click on the corresponding spot on the altar. So the key is around here. You press take. And do the same for the tablet. There we go. Now you can leave. And go forward. Okay. This is a little mean. For simplicity's sake, I'm gonna show you the sequence. Okay. You're gonna put a tablet into this spot, and this spot. I think that's actually kind of mean / clever. Use the tablet in this spot, and in this. This is, yeah, I don't know. This is actually kind of, I don't know. I was stumped by this. I'm gonna admit it. You can take this tablet and actually move forward still. It's gonna stay open. Right. Go to the right of here. And you're gonna use... This is why I was stumped. You actually need one of the tablets to put into this device. This is like one of the dwarves talking about some crisis, you know, in conjunction with Lagmir, like the Circle of 12. Right. This actually makes a minecart appear. So if you go forward now... Oh wait. Use the key. Open the door. There we go. You move into this little cart. You're gonna use the put the skull cannon into this middle spot here, and you're gonna use the handle. And now it's gonna go into motion and just, you know, it's like a little cutscene where, you know, Dell and the Raven have a few antics. It's kind of nice. Go to the left of here. Use this little button here. This is another projection of Lagmir, who's gonna tell you more lore. And you take this talisman, which is, you know, which is important. Because if you move north of here, this door won't open if you don't have the talisman. So since we have it, it's gonna open. And we're gonna move through the portal. There we go, we're back. We're arriving at the final stretch now. Move towards the cabin again. You're gonna use this tapestry. So it's rolled down. You're gonna use the talisman in the wall. And the tapestry is gonna change the icon to a castle. So you can use the tapestry again. And now go forward. If you don't do that, these brambles are gonna kill you. As for this thing, which I think is actually, excuse me, a creature taken from the Mac cover from the original Shadowgate, which is cool. You're just gonna speak to it, and it's gonna give some, lore and ramblings, and then disappear and let you through. I don't know what happens if you try to hit it or whatever. I never tried that. I was too intimidated. And this is it. This is Castle Shadowgate. Right. I probably failed to mention. No, I mentioned that the lizard man is trying to bring back one of the, the bad guy from the predecessor of this game. Right. Which is the reason we come here, to stop that. We're gonna take the mushroom here and just open this door, or like, I don't know if you could call that opening. We're just gonna move through. We are gonna need the grappling hook and put it on this little beam here, because we can't jump across the alcove. So we're just, moving forward. We're gonna take this torch, very important, go to the left. This creature is actually dangerous, so if you don't deal with it, it's gonna kill you. You use a mushroom on that. Which makes the creature sneeze and fling down the chasm. You can now take this blue gem. And that's all we came for now. Right, this is what I find really cool. You can actually move up here, which you couldn't in the original game. But, uh-oh, there's a basilisk. We're gonna get our, where is it? Our silver tray. And just reflect the beam, trying to put us, to turn us into stone. Century Uno reversing this creature. We need our pickaxe. Where is it? There we go. We're gonna, crumble it to stone pieces. We're gonna take this horn, which is a basilisk horn. Right, we're gonna need our crossbow. Wait, yeah, bolt quiver, crossbow, and you're gonna use the loaded the loaded crossbow on this button here, so it unlocks the door. Move through this corridor, south. Go to the right first, because you need to acquire this to read it. It's a vital node you need. It's about the slime from the first game, if you remember that. Let's go through here first, though. We're gonna pick up these shards, which are important. Open the door. Well, you can actually just move through to the Drang's nest, I'm sorry. And actually just take its key, because, it's dead, apparently. Kind of feel sorry, because I can imagine kind of starved. I'm gonna use the steel key, which is also cool, because this chest wasn't able to be opened in the original Shadowgate game. I'm gonna open this and take both of its contents, which is the scroll that describes that bottle 6 is actually some liquid that can dispose of gargoyles. Good to know. Right. Move back and move forwards here. There we go. This is the slime, and the reason why we had to get the little scroll to get that info. So we're gonna use the herb spell, because the scroll is essentially telling you that this slime is, has plant properties. So it's gone now. Good for us. Okay, you know what, I'm just gonna show you how it's done. Using the tar spell. Getting rid of the mirror. You can actually also break the mirror by hand. And, it's gonna do the same thing as in the original game, which I find kind of funny. Right, go through here. This is the circle chamber, which, you know, 12 chairs, circle of 12. We're gonna take the scroll, and this is gonna unlock, like I'm gonna say the quest for this area. If we're looking at this, it's giving us 12 hints. Like, you know, this is the first hint. At the entrance, a key was hidden by death. We're gonna use a spell to make these remnants of memory, I'm gonna call them, visible. And we're gonna acquire them. We need 12 memory remnants, essentially, if I'm not wrong about that. Like, how I say it. So, let me just show you in sequence. I'm just gonna... Wait. Oh, yeah. I'm just gonna go back to the beginning of the castle. And show you where it all is. Right. You can read through this scroll as many times as you like if you want to find it out yourself. But if you played the former Shadowgate, the predecessor, it was the edit spell. There we go. And you do that 12 times for the right spots. So, oops, take this memory. And, you know, rinse and repeat. There's the warlock eyes. We move into this little, you know, use it again. And we're gonna take these memory remnants. Right, forward. Use it yet again. Oops. Take. Right. Yet again. For the arrow. Now we're gonna move downwards once again, actually. Use the spell again. Oh, by the way, if you use the spell on the wrong spot, a wraith is actually gonna appear and kill you. Right. Move forwards through this. Ignore this area. Here, you actually also need to use the edit spell for this little bottle. I think that was only part of the Mac version, if I'm not wrong. But again, the scroll gives good enough hints, in my opinion, to help you. Ignore these areas, go to the left here. Enter this room. Use the spell again to take this remnant of the crystal. And you're gonna use it in here as well to get the shield. There we go. Move forwards. We're gonna use it here. Get the little scepter. Move through. And I think this is the last thing we need. Use the spell once more for the broom to appear. You have obtained one memory of the 12. Your task is complete. Great. So now we can move back into the circle chamber. And there's some sort of event, like a hallucination. What happens with the, you know, the 11... the circle of 11, I suppose. With the traitor. Who is killing everybody, essentially. Right. And this opens the portal to the next part of the castle, actually. You can also see that there's a fairy stone, so we can now also go, like, travel back to other locations. Quick travel. Let's explore first. We're gonna take the scythe and move forwards. We have a torch in our inventory, which we're gonna use here. And we're gonna use it. There we go. This opens this path. We're gonna explore that later. Move through here first. We're gonna get these red shards here. Move through this room. And we're gonna take the poker. This is all we came for. We can move out now. Move forwards. Move forwards it again. Use the poker on these. Move. Wait. Let me see. Very good. Move through the left doorway. Speak to this imposter, I'm gonna call it, once. So it approaches you, and now you're gonna use the basilisk horn. Gonna make it crumble to stone. We're gonna take the armor and the metal rod. The iron rod, my bad. This is kind of funny. You can actually take this gold pot here. Because you're not as heavy as, you know, Jer. Like, the former person that did the predecessor game. I suck so bad at speaking. Yeah, but we need that, right? We're gonna go back again. Let me think. Okay, we're gonna go back to town. By using this fairy stone. We're gonna go back to the castle town. Gwyntel. Again, probably butchered that. Right. We are gonna... First we're gonna enter the temple. And show, you know, real Jer actually, like his armor. Yeah, there we go. We're showing this. And, you know, he's happy he has it back. He thought it was lost. We get like his key to his bedroom. I'm very sure it's his bedroom, so we're gonna... Yeah, let's do that first. Go into the castle, into the tower. The tower area again. Upstairs. To the very right of here. And now we're gonna go up the tower again, but only one time. So we see this door, which is locked. I ignored it. We're gonna use the key. And now we can enter this room. You can examine everything here. You can't take anything. But if you want an achievement, you can actually examine everything here, and you get like a little achievement. Right. Jer asked us to actually, you know, put his armor into this little glass panel. So we're gonna do that. Important, you have to close it. So this happens. And this is the Staff of Ages. Who knew? Since we're not, you know, of the king's bloodline, we can't just take it. Like, it can show you. It doesn't kill us. As you reach for the staff, the orb begins to glow as small jolts of lightning play across, you know. And it's gonna, you know, you can't just take it. That's the point. And this is why we got the empty sack for. This is the reason we got the empty sack. We're gonna pull the empty sack above this this orb. And now we can just take it. It's so dumb, I love it. And I think this is all we came for. We need the Staff of Ages and another item for the best ending. Right. Let's go back to Castletown for now. Because we're gonna need to do something else for now. Before we go back to Castle Shadowgate. Right, into the smither? What the fuck? No, this place. Where is it? The blue gem. We're gonna use the blue gem on this dude, and he's gonna smash it for us. No. Right. So we now have blue shards, red shards, and white shards, which is important. But this is all we came for. Very good. Wait. We can now go back to Castle Shadowgate, I'm very certain. We're gonna go up here, use the fairy stone again, the tacky spell. Yeah, there we go. Right. remember the secret room we unlocked here? We're gonna go in this room now. We're gonna use this cloth and use the lever here and enter this room. Right, this is something we did before, more or less. We're gonna use... wait. We're gonna use the shards, the 3 shard colors, into this spot. The red shards. And the white shards. We're gonna use need the pot of gold and put it into the hands from our view, the right one. And the rod, the iron rod. There we go. And now we should be able to speak to the statue, and yeah, this happens. We are gonna take the new gemstone, which is a lavender gem now. It combined with the 3 shards, so you know, we need that for sure, for short. We're gonna enter the right door now. If you want to die, you can interact with any of the objects. I don't want to, so I'm gonna go down. Forwards. You can try to open the... you know what? Let me just... maybe... I don't know if this is funny. But you can't open this well anymore. You try to, you know... enact that it's opening, but it doesn't. We can hit this door though, which is kind of funny how that's inaccessible in the original game. I love that. Right. Let's enter. Right, this is a gargoyle. And it's essentially coming to life. And, you know, we don't want to get killed, so we're gonna use the bottle 6 and use it on that. It's exploding. But, you know, we can go forward. Right. Right, let me actually make a save. You're gonna use the lavender gem in this hole and enter. Right. This is the sunstone. Should you have not saved the imp back in the mansion part, this won't be a sunstone anymore, it will be a moonstone. This is, you know, how the 2 routes emerge, I guess. I'm gonna take the sunstone and go back. Before we go, we're gonna take the lavender gem again and put it into this hole. Because this is gonna deactivate another trap, which is gonna zap us to death. So we can pass now. We're almost end game actually. Gonna move up here, move through here. We're gonna use the gold ring. Right. To get the best ending, you're gonna use the sunstone on this. Wait. You're gonna use the sunstone on the Staff of Ages, which is gonna become the divine staff. Right. Now move through the doorway. We used the gold ring, by the way. I failed to mention that. And we're gonna move onto this platform. Right. So this, we can get 3 endings right off the bat from here. I'm gonna try and show you how. But, you know, for now, we're gonna take the staff, the warlock staff, and put the divine staff into the place. This is gonna... I'm sorry, I just love this little expression. It's so cartoony. I'm sorry. This is gonna, you know, kill, or whatever, Balzar, that's his name, the lizard man. But we were too slow, so the warlock is still coming through the portal. And this is what I call the clicking simulator. No offense, but this is what you do. You just click. You just click all the time until he's dead. There's some text. I hate to say that I don't really know who's talking when. Like, there's different voices. I know one of them is the what is it called? The wisp. I'm very sure. It's probably also partially the raven. I forgot the raven's name. That sucks so bad. Maybe it's just the two of them. But yeah, you just click. I'm not sure if you can die to this fight if you just don't do anything. I actually took it extra slow, so even if you're really slow, you're still gonna win. There we go. There we go. And this is one of the endings, which should be the best ending now. There we go. This is the first ending. Or like the best one, I would say. I'm just gonna let this play. Okay, this is ending B. Yeah. This is the best ending in my opinion. This is what I mean, the total area completion. I know there's an achievement for that, but I have no idea how to get it. I can't. I know I'm missing some missing area in the castle, but I don't know where it is. Maybe I don't know if it's a bug or if I'm just bad. But yeah, this is one of the endings. I'm gonna show you the other two you can get right off the bat. Alright. Let's see here. Very good. So for the next ending, we're gonna use the Staff of Ages, like as a standalone thing. We're not gonna put the Sunstone on it, it's just gonna be the Staff of Ages itself. Right, same song and dance. Right. Taking this Warlock Staff again and using the Staff of Ages as itself. Right. Yeah, Balzar's gonna take it, and he's essentially victorious. He's gonna, you know, do this, he's gonna kill us. And this is another ending. Yeah. Just gonna let this play. There we go. This was ending C. If I... Yeah, there we go. So I think that ending C is probably the worst ending. The, I'm gonna say the other path ending with the Moonstone is the second worst in my opinion. I'm not sure if it's the second worst. I'm gonna show you the next ending you can get. Or like the last ending we can get in this route. Right. So we're not gonna do anything of the sorts. We, you know, just go in. Don't pay attention to anything you have. Right. Gonna take the Warlock staff again. We're gonna put the pole into the spot. And he's grabbing that. I shall summon the master. The demonic sorcerer. No. No longer with telomere staff, yeah. And energy, yeah, like the energy is killing the Balzar, but also us apparently. But you know, the portal disappears, so it's like, I guess it's a little better. A little worse than the best ending, I don't know. I think this is the second best ending in my opinion. Gonna let this play now. Ah, gee, this... Yeah, this is ending A. In my opinion, the second best ending. Like, you know, the ending I got first is the best one. The one I got second is like the worst one in my opinion. And this is the second best. So, I guess the ending we can't get right now. Because I will need to make a new save file and play up to the mansion part again. This is the, what do you say, this is the second worst, essentially, in my opinion. Right, I am going to stop this recording now, and I'm gonna get back to the point in another save file, where I'm gonna do the thing differently, you know. Alright. See you in a bit. Okay. This is a separate save file, so, I just thought I'd record before I forget. I'm in the swamp again with the imp. Here's what I'm gonna do different. I think I talked about that in the last part. Gonna take the straw effigy, going to the mansion. Right. Right, taking the stone again. Right. Right, I'm just gonna go through this very quickly. Right, there's the hand wheel. Take the straw effigy. Wonderful. Use the wheel. Go to the right. Use the occult stone. There we go. Take the ruby shirts, don't forget. Take the ruby shirt. Take this one. There we go. Don't forget to open the metal box and take the bulkhead key. There we go. Take the red ruby. There's that. Alright. Take the bone. There we go. Oops. There we go. Drop the ruby in here. I kind of wonder how the ruby made it back to the mansion in the actual game. Right. Do that. Take this. Go back here. Use this. Oops. Open it first. There we go. There we go. Okay. Right. Go in here. Use the hammer. There we go. Open this compartment and take... Right, I have meat, I have bone, I have blood. Very good. Let's go back. Right, let's do the ritual bowl. Burnt meat, bloody needle, and the old bone. There we go. Alright, take the wisp stone. Let's get out of here. There we go. Right. Let's do that. Wonderful. Right. Now to the actual mansion part. Right. There we go. Alright. Wonderful. Take the chalice. Take the sun coin. Right. Take the magic lens. Do this. Get out of the room again. Wahoo! Right. Let's go get in here. And let's get out of here again. Very good. Right. Got the chalice. Right, yeah. Very good. Wonderful. Right. Okay, I'm gonna do a safety save. Just in case. No, we're gonna use... we're gonna take... Wonderful. Hit this. Get the moon icon. Right. Very good. Moon icon in here. Use the basement key. Right, take the shovel. Very good. Chalice in here. Take the key. Let's get out of here. And take the moon icon again. Gwintle. I mean Tar. It's probably not pronounced Gwintle, but you know, I don't know how to pronounce it. Look at the aged scroll. Very nice. Use. Right, to be honest, since I don't need the red rubies for the salt, you know what, I'm just gonna go the thing without getting the stuff. Let me see. Magic lens. What was it? Magic lens, I just had it. There we go. Alright. Get the skull in there. Use that machinery. Punch this twice. Wonderful. Take this. Right. Use. Take this. Wonderful. Use this again. Okay, I should be all set to do the, I'm gonna say the bad route, I'm gonna call it. Or like Route B. Right. Right, it was the chalice and the ectoplasm. Where's the handle? There we go. Okay, use that. Take that. Okay, I'm just, in case I do it, well, no, I can't do it correctly. Never mind, should be okay. Okay, so this is the point where we don't put in the red gems. We actually just use the body and use the shovel on the dirt here. There we go. Now we're gonna use the, what is it? The charm and the magic spell. Right. And now the purifier. Let me see. Yeah, no music. Gathering your courage, you scream, "Begone, monster!" and throw the foul-smelling liquid at the phantom. Its form begins to dissolve. Taking a deep breath, you look around the room. A sense of unease fills the air. Exactly. Right. Just gonna show you what happened. Yeah, there you go. Too little too late. Failed to save the imp. There was no response. The imp's mangled body is cold and blood has pooled in vivid splotches on its skin as if it has been dead for some time. You feel responsible for its death, that this outcome is entirely your fault. You had done things differently. Yeah, so this is the you know, the split in the road. Right. And to think that we're still getting some, you know, imp charm. Right. To be honest, I'm gonna make a cut here again and be back at Castle Shadowgate. Okay. There we go. Back at Castle Shadowgate. Doing things as we used to do. Grappling hook. There we go. Take that. Deal with this creature. Take that. Right. Silver... Where is it? Silver tray. There we go. Pickaxe. There we go. Right, let's get another crossbow bolt. Bolt quiver crossbow. Wonderful. Go down here. Get this crucial info. Wonderful. Right. Take that. Steel key. Oops. Open. Very good. Take its contents. Wonderful. Don't forget to take the shards. I almost forgot it. Right there. Let's get rid of the slime. The herb spell. Wonderful. Get the tar spell for this. And take that. Have a look at it. There we go. 12 hints. Right. Oops. Right. Having it as usual. And I'm just gonna make them appear. Just so I might save a little bit of time. So I can go back and forth once. There we go. Wonderful. Right. Going down here. Wonderful. Add Spiritus in here. Alright. Final one. Right. Let's take these with us. Very good. That looks very good. Let's get the bottle. Take this. Yeah, I think we have everything. 10. 2 more. Yeah, perfect. Wonderful. Right. So for the ending that is only possible in this path, I still need the Staff of Ages despite it all. By the way, ending C it should be. I didn't actually completely find out myself, so I'm gonna leave some video credit for that. Or at least I hope I will remember to do that. Torch. Very good. Get the shards. Oh yeah, and if you want this exclusive ending, you need the scythe actually. So, you know. So be sure to pick it up. Where is it? Bee horn. There we go. Take that. Right. Go back first. And let's get the staff and the shards. Going back to Castletown. Right, let's first... Where's Jer's armor? There we go. Nice. Let's do what do we call it? Go to the blacksmith and actually get the where is it? The blue orb shattered. Oh, blue gem, not blue orb. Very good. Thank you, Mr. Blacksmith. Okay, one thing. You see how it's purple here? Let me save. I am not sure. Let me have a look at that. An item hanging from the wall catches your eye. You don't remember seeing that skull when you were here. I am not sure if you really need to take the skull. I think I did it in my run when I tried to figure out the ending, so I'm gonna do that. That was in the curio shop. Let me look at the sensor. It's a skull hanging from ropes. You smell the residue of burned incense. In a hole at the top, it excludes an evil presence. Yeah. I think we all know what that might be. It's probably the malevolent spirit from the mansion part. Right, let's get the Staff of Ages. Really quick. Where was it? Wait. Oh my god, wrong turn. No, wait, it's alright. I'm lost, it's crazy. Right. Going here. Opening this. Right. Open it like last time. Get the armor in here. Close it again, important. Where's the empty sack? There we go. Take the empty sack. Right. And now I think we can go back to the castle, Shadowgate. I'm fairly certain, at least. Right. Tacky spell. Going back to the castle, there we go. Right, you got the scythe. Let's get the new gem real quick. Gold dagger. Bolt quiver, let me see. White shards, that's one item. Scythe, bottle. Gold ring, the pole, the bolt quiver, wait. Staff of Ages, sensor, blue shards. Red shards. Iron rod. And the pot of gold. And now it should be complete. Very good. Let's take our new gem. Oops. Do we have bottle 6? Very good. Okay. Get the bottle 6. Okay. I'm gonna do a safety save. Let's put the lavender gem in here. Right, and now see. Look, it's not a sunstone anymore. Oh my god, do you see that? You can kind of see the apparition in the background. Can you see that? I can't see that. It seems to be too dark on the recording. But if you play the game yourself, you might see an apparition like right about around here. But yeah, let's take the Moonstone. And now the apparition actually went away. That's interesting. I completely did not catch that the first time I got the ending. Let's take the Lavender Stone gem again. Put it in here. Okay. Right. So this ending I've only done once. So it might be a little... how do you say? I might need to trial and error a little. Right. Look, there's also a reflection. Suddenly a figure appears that is not your own. An old man in a flowing robe with a long grey beard stares daggers at you, a voice that sounds as if it has reached across countless eons booms from the mirror, shaking the entire room. Foul being, Hellspawn, I have watched you defile this land for far too long. Here you shall fall, he shouts. You know, definitely something different. So I think what we're gonna use is the spell Targwintle. I butchered that probably. The spell... oh, really? Wait. Wait. Okay, let me see, maybe. Again. Moonstone on the Staff of Ages? No. Is it the sensor? Sensor. Okay, wait. I just gotta figure this out, I'm sorry. The herb spell is probably not it. The Poly spell? It was one of them. Was it the Spiritus one? Yes, it's the Spiritus one. Enough of your trickery, you shout at the image and speak the magic words Etic Spiritus. An acid smell fills the room as Lakmir materializes in front of you, his eyes wide, betraying his surprise. A gentle, comforting voice whispers a single word within your mind. Strike. You know, with what we're gonna strike, with the scythe. Gripping the scythe tightly, you raise it high into the air. The deep well of fury, okay, in your heart fuels the power in your swing. The intensely sharp blade slices through Lakmir's neck, lopping his head clean off and toppling his body to the floor. It is finished. You felt the imposter, but you do not feel right. Not right at all. The sound of a chanting echoes softly through your mind. Echo softly through your mind. I can't read. They are getting louder. You feel a weight on your shoulders. Yeah. Suddenly the chanting stops and all is silent, save the sounds of your pounding heart. You notice something moving. The sense of flow... okay, you had to pick up the sensor, definitely. Floats above the body of the imposter. Purple flames spread across the carcass and flow into the eerie skull's jaw. Despite a sense of revulsion growing in your gut, you reach out and take the floating skull. As the flames fade, you notice the color of the body has turned pallid, as if its very essence was consumed. With a loud squawk, Odin flies away from you and screams in fury. What have you done? You've killed Lakmir. An imposter, you reply coldly. That was no imposter. He was the last guardian, our final hope, Odin speaks. The raven swoops The raven swoops towards you. Talons ready, but you swing your scythe once more, dispatching the bird. You sigh and discard the scythe. There's nothing left, no one, and no more tricks to stand in my way, you say, absent-mindedly. No, wait. Is it the soul prison? Yes, into the Moonstone, I gotcha. You pause for a moment, close your eyes and take a deep breath. This journey exacted a heavy toll on you. Lightheadedness overwhelms your senses, your eyes open, but you feel as if you are dreaming. The moonstone is in your left hand. You look to your right hand and see a familiar skull. You watch with mild confusion as you combine the two. You blink again and shake your head, finding relief from your daze, but the skull in your hand quickly fills you with unease. Right, that's the void conduit, and I think we put that on the Staff of Ages. Wait. The unusual skull pulses. Staff of Ages? Wait. Oh, I think I remember. I might remember. We don't need the Staff of Ages after all. Maybe I was wrong about that. My bad. Gold ring. Right. If I did everything right. Tremor shakes the cavern. Yeah. Okay. Climb the stone stairs. Yeah, wait. I think we take the Warlock staff and put the Void Conduit on it? Yes. Oh, I didn't read that. I'm sorry. Void staff. Let's put that in. Place the Void staff in the slot where the Warlock Lord staff once stood. Sorry, that face cracks me up. Balzar turns to face you. You are the Fenling from the castle. Wait, no, I sense another. It cannot be. How have you returned? And that staff? How has it come to be? I will not stand for this. It is soon the return of Talimar. That's the bad guy. There we go. I will not let you stand in my way. You will die again. So yeah, there's definitely... That might be the malevolent spirit from the mansion. The Void Staff unleashes all of its dark powers onto the sorcerer. That this Fenling of all creatures acted as your vessel. It is comedy. Though not by my hand, the world is still doomed. Baldur is torn asunder by the dark magics. Yeah, this is like the same thing as Visage of the... Yeah. But you do not hear the threat. A voice whispers in your mind. Your work is done, Fenling, and you close your eyes. As your eyes open, you see your... Okay, I'm sorry. But it's the same, you speak, but the voice is not your own. Foolish Talimar. Yeah, that's just... Again, I will not be deterred by the likes of you, okay? Oh my god, clicking is so hard right now. Yeah, clicking is kinda hard right now. Beyond your pitiful... Oh my god. So much lore probably going on and I can't really read it. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I think this is the second worst ending, to be honest. There we go. I'm not sure. I think this might be an even worse ending than the ending, you know, where Talmir just destroyed everything. I don't know. No idea what to say to this. But yeah, this is ending D, which I couldn't completely figure out myself at the point when I unlocked it first. So yeah. Well, thank you for watching. I don't know. I hope this was helpful at least. Yeah. Goodbye.